Good morning, everybody. Today is April 8th, Wednesday, April 8th, and a lot of excitement last night. 2 week pause, I'm sure everybody's well aware of. Little spike in the market, a lot of spike in the market, actually. I personally don't think we're out of the woodworks yet. However, definitely positive. Uh, I guess Trump tweeted this morning that they agreed to a big portion of the 15 points that he wanted or that the administration wants, but we'll see what happens as the next couple of weeks unravel here. Um, as we go over the data and the levels, you could go, oils have pulled back significantly, however, creating a lot of gaps in the markets today. So, but we'll get right into it right now. There's no economic data till about 1 o'clock today. You've got some FOMC talk, and then tomorrow, I guess everybody's going to be waiting for some PCE numbers, GDP numbers tomorrow at 7:30 before the market, and then finish off the week with some CPI numbers, and then University of Michigan sentiment. So let's go. That being said, let's get right into it. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, go down to the Discord area and join that. Hit that link for Discord so you can join our Discord community for live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let's start with the VIX. We'll take a look at the VIX. Big gap down here, obviously. Drop below the 50, 22.34. Getting closer to where we need to be. Not quite out of the woodworks yet. We still have problem here. We've got this open gap up top here, up in the $30 range. Problem for me. Big gap down here. That's going to have to probably come in. Definitely going to have to retreat and close some of that area right there. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be 2 weeks ceasefire and then everything is going to be rosy. Anybody that follows anything that's going on with Iran over the last 47 years, it is not a clean negotiations. There's always kind of kick the can down the road here. So I am not, as much as I would like things to be over, I am not thinking that we are out of the woodworks yet. You have to be careful on these big spikes and also these big drops one way or the other. So same thing on the downside when you have that big downside and then all of a sudden you get that big spike to make you feel a little better. It's the reverse effect coming. So be prepared for something like that to happen. That being said, we can take a look at the oils, get a little relief in the oils. Obviously, we're below $100 a barrel here. We're looking at the Brent crude right now, definitely creating some gap downs below the 20-day moving average, below $104 a barrel. That's good. You want to see oil below $100 a barrel. We're approaching the 50-day moving average down here at 85.47. I would suspect that if we get down there, I don't think we're going to get much lower than $85 at this point. Right now, we're going to have to see how things pan out over these next couple of weeks. And we can see, I think crude is getting pretty close to being parallel to here. And actually, we're still a little inverted right now. We're at $93. However, we are below $100 a barrel. That's good, not bad. It's good to keep inflation in check there. All right, let's get into the ES here. So nice little pop up here, right? Got above the 200-day moving average. That is significant, 66.87. Your big line in the sand to get over that. We are hovering right at the 100-day moving average right now, 68.34. I'd like us, if we can hold this level, I'd like us to start pushing back to get back to our new highs. Must hold that level. We are above the 50-day moving average. Important as trading happens today, got to hold this 50-day. The 50-day is sitting at 67.95.14. We lose that level, we come back down here to the September 23rd high. 67.57.77 is your first line in the sand right there. Let's take a look at the point of controls here on the ES. I don't see, we created a nice little point of control level here, open. So we're going to see here. Yep. Unfortunately, we have a point of control that we just created from yesterday. So that is going to be open now for 7. So we'll mark this 7. Okay, so we have an open point of control level down here. Now that's open, we'll leave that on the charts until till the market comes back and tests that level. I could close some of these other ones out to clean things up, remove that. Positive though, we did recapture the 20-day moving average. This point of control that we just created yesterday, I can get rid of this one now, move that one. So we created an open point of control, which is right down at the 20, 66, 23, 45. Do I think we get down there right away to fill that? No, but it is a level that could be tested at some point. So we had a nice little, pop from yesterday from the announcement. Now we're in the consolidating era, right? Consolidating phase right now. So we're going to see what happens there. Got to hold the 50-day if you want to continue to have more upside, 67.91, 80, 62. If you lose that, come back down here, probably test the 200 at 66, 87, 64. That's your line in the sand for today. Have to hold that level in order to continue to get upside. If you lose that, then you're going to come back down here to the 20 at 66, 35, and then close that point of control at 66, 23, 45, respectively. That is pretty much that's pretty much it on the ES. If you do continue to get that pop and push, I'd like us to get up to, I'm going to clean this up a little bit for us there. That is 1030. I'm going to get rid of that. Move. If you do get that push, I'd like us to get it into that 69.63. Do I think we get there today? It's possible based on what kind of news we get here, though. But my bias this morning is probably going to get a little pop in the morning. People are going to get overzealous, or probably a lot of short covering happen, and then we get, then when it gets exhausted, maybe up at this level here, 69, 63. Maybe you start to get a little exhaustion up there, and then maybe it's pull back. But there's definitely going to be some short covering that's probably going to be happening this morning. This definitely happened overnight. So let's get into the SPY. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and then join our Discord community down below for live trading and at 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then now here we go with the SPY. SPY, very similar. Let's see what we can do to clean this up also. I like that February low there. I'll remove that. SPY, we do not have an open point of control. Why? Because it came back down here. We had a point of control here, and then it got tested. You can see right here, this wick market came back down here, tested. So I do not draw a level here for an open point of control. I can remove this or leave it and see how it happens if the market comes back down here and tests this level again. But I'm just going to remove it to clean, do a little housekeeping there. I do like this December monthly low at 671.20. If we come back down here, I like that level to hold. If we lose that, I think we come back down here to this 200 moving average, 663.19. Upside, we're caught in between this 100-day moving average, sitting at 678.65. We get above that, we pop into that 682.81, which is February 18th of this year's low. Probably get a little resistance and headwind there if you get through that. Then I think you can get through get to February 13th high at 686.37. Let's get over into the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ here. NASDAQ promising. Got over that 20. Finally got over the 20 in the NASDAQ. Pretty good move on the NASDAQ. I would say a better move on the NASDAQ than we did on the ES and then all the other markets. So above the 200, pretty good. Above the 50, very good. Actually above the 100 right now too. So we're above. Reading these numbers here, the 200, above the 200 at 24,628.35, above the 50 at 24,831.74, and now we are currently actually above the 100-day moving average, and call it 25,145.39. Very, very good. However, the old dreaded point of control level that is open from yesterday, 4.7. Point of control still open now. So 7 point of control level open. Leave it on the charts. Does it get filled today? Not necessarily, but we leave it there until that level gets tested once again. So I would say as long as you're holding the 100, upside is coming. Pop into this 25,608.25. This is a low from December of last year, a weekly low from December 22nd of last year. some of this stuff up here too. And then we've got a weekly low from October, a weekly high, excuse me, from October of last year at 25,815. So if you do get that thrust and you push through that 25,608.25, then I've got another level at 25,815 to get some resistance up there. Downside, you're going to want to, if you lose these levels here, this point of control got filled now. So this is going to be filled. So this is from the 18th. So unfortunately, these levels, sometimes they get filled overnight, right? So we're going to say this is filled. I'm going to leave this level up here right now, though. So to see if it comes back down and test it again. So, but I mark it filled, so that's on there. And then we'll see if I'll remove it after today's trading. We'll see how it responds today. See, maybe it comes back down here and tests it for today for a hold. This 920, this September monthly high from last year, from September, 24,979.71. Could be a level of support also if it pulls back down and loses the 100-day moving average. If you lose that and then you lose the 50 sitting at 24,831.61, your next level of line of support here is going to be 24,628.32, which is your 20-day moving average. And then below that, I'm actually going to remove this one because this one actually got filled yesterday too. So two point of controls got filled last night. So we're going to just remove this one though because we plowed through that one. So if you do lose the 200 at 24,628.30, you have yesterday's close sitting, I would say right here at 24,404, call it 400. And then you have the 20-day moving average, 24,339. Let's get into the Qs, then we'll move into Tesla, and then we will call it a day and then get on to this trading day. So the Qs, same thing on the Qs. We popped above the 50 after the announcement yesterday. So the 50 sitting at 601.89. So we did pop out of that range there. We closed the point of control that was open from the 18th of March at 600.92. I'm going to leave that in there, but I'm going to mark it as filled. So that is filled. So unfortunately, these levels get filled in after markets instead of during the markets, so you can trade during the markets, but nothing you could do about that. We are above the 200, popped above the 200 yesterday after the announcement, 595.55, good sign. Also got ourselves above the 50 at 601.89. First line in the sand of support would be that 601.89. It's the 50. Actually, you had that monthly low from January this year, 607.05. So aggressively up high here. You could get that support there. Let me just see what this is here. This is also February 13th high. I'm going to actually remove that one. I don't really like that level right now. I have plowed through there, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So, by the way, this is what drawing your support and resistance levels is all about. It's leaving your levels on the charts and then seeing how they respond to the market, right? So you could see this 590.36 level. You could see how it responded and how I like that level. It's an October monthly low. So monthly lows, monthly highs, they're usually very strong levels. You could see how it came up here. You see during the day, respected that in pre-market, came up here. It respected it during the trading yesterday, and then it wasn't only until after market that you plowed through that level. So that was a good level there, right? So now that, and then you had a monthly, you had a February monthly low that I'm going to leave up here too, because you could see how it kind of responded a little bit. That was the first rejection. You didn't see it. You could see this wick here because it rejected in after hours and then came all the way back down here first, and then it plowed through it. So it was an initial level that if you were able to trade this in after hours, the Qs, you would have been able to, sell it up there at 594 and pulled it all the way back down here to the 590 area, right? So that's a pretty significant move. However, unfortunately, it's traded after hours, very thin volume, not your typical volume that you get. We are getting some headwind up here at this. What do we got here? So this 609.27, and it's right at the 100-day moving average as well. I'm going to actually remove this. Okay, so we got rid of that. So we're sitting at the 100-day moving average right now. We'll see what happens when the markets open. 609.21. Lastly, let me see if we created a point of control. We did. So we have another point of control level that is open as well on the Qs. We will mark that. It actually comes right in with this March 26 high at 584.63. So I could just actually go in here and switch this out. Do that, that. And I'll go like this. Control, and boom, that's swapped out. All right, so now we have our levels in here in place for the downside here. Unfortunately, this point of control level down here, 584.63, is quite a bit lower, but we'll leave those levels in there to see if they get tested once again. High side right now, if you get above the 610.12, you push into that 617.50, 617.52 level. And then above that, I have this, it's got to be a regressional trend line. So lower regressional trend line from June of 2025 at 627. You'll definitely get some headwind if you get that push up there, right? So that's going to be it for the Qs. Let's get into Tesla. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel by hitting that bell over there, and you'll get future notifications for videos that I do and put out. And then hit that thumbs up button, like this video, go down in the description, and join our Discord community for live trading. So here we are at this resistance area that we had. This was the initial fair value gap that we had from the 31st that we thought was going to hold in pre-market there. Everything else held on the 2nd of April, except for Tesla. Tesla plowed right through it. And then you could see it became resistance. So it's still my resistance level here. However, we had one thing I want to point out yesterday. I missed charting this on my charts here. This was a gap up from September 4th of 2025, and I did not mark this on the charts, and I missed it, and I'm going to show you where I missed it. This will be a cleaner chart for everybody. So, and if we go back in here, I'll show you how I missed it. Right in here, this is a gap up, all right? So it's a gap. Why is it a gap up? It's a gap up from where we closed and where we opened, created a gap up. Okay, and that was from September of 2025, and I missed that. Missed marking it on my sheet. But that happens, I'm not perfect. That being said, it made me go back and look for other gaps. We have a gap down here from last week. 378.37 right here. From where we closed. Basically, we opened down here, but it got up here, so we go to where how high the market got there. So that's a gap up area, right? So I've got that marked on the trading sheet. This is messier right now. However, we go down to 15 to clean it up a little bit for us. I've got this marked on the charts here. I'm going to clean this up also and remove that. Boom. So this, if we do get a push right now, we get above this 368.01 and this regressional trend line that I have sitting here from the high of last year, I think you can close this gap up here and push to this 378.97. Right now, to me, we are trading, we are in a no trade zone for me. We are in the middle of this range here. 383.14, 337. Problem that I have, and I really wish we closed this yesterday for housekeeping purposes, is I wish we tested this open point of control, 333.76. If we had closed that, maybe we could have gotten back to, finishing that housekeeping and then gotten back to the upside. Now what's concerning to me is we still have these open point of controls above us. Oops, excuse me, we'll do this. So we could potentially push towards these point of controls, right? Test these levels. We've got a point of control 388. Let me clean that. 388.90. 397.88, 89 rather. So one possible scenario could be we push up, close the 388.90, close the 397.89, and then take a nosedive all the way back down here to close this 334.07. I would have rather have closed it yesterday while we were already down there. but now it's still open, so that level could still be tested at some point. You could see right now what it's doing in the pre-market. Right now, it's still respecting this level here, this 365.83 level. So that's why I leave these levels up here and I see how they respond. And if they respond like they are responding right now, I leave them up there to see how they test, right? So if we do get a pop up here hard, I would then leave this level up here, and I would say that this level will probably be another level for support, right? We could push into this 20-day moving average within the next couple of days, 379.16. That's a big possibility because we have 2 weeks of a ceasefire. As long as everybody stays the path, right, and nobody sets off a drone or there's any bombings or God forbid somebody hits a mine in the Strait of Hormuz. And I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but if they do and the oil tanker goes down, that will send the markets down, in my opinion, right? So getting back to it, I don't think that we're out of the woodworks yet, but it is refreshing to see this big spike that we have here. Watch these levels, take a picture of these levels, screenshot, and watch these levels for today. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with this 359.42 level. May take it off. It is the low from last week of the 2nd, April 2nd. So we'll see how it responds today. If it comes back down there and supports it, I'll leave that up there for today. As far as what I'm going to do for my trades for today, I'm going to start off with I'm going to trade, obviously we popped up, or it's 363. So I'm going to say that I'm going to give myself some time based on everything that's happening today. So I'm going to go, I'm going to go to Friday expiration. And on the call side, I'm going to go, we are at 363. I'm going to give myself, see what 375 looks like. So this is going to open up probably because we have 3 days. This will probably open up in the $3, maybe the $4 range. And then on the downside, I'm going to go, and this will probably change when the markets open up because the markets are going to be pretty volatile this morning. So I'm going to go on the Friday expiration. I'll probably go to 360. Where are we at right now? 363. Maybe I'll go 355. I think 355 is a good support level on Tesla right now. So let's just pop this up real quick and see what that level is there. So this level here, 360, is actually the close. This is the close from Friday. So it's a good possibility. You know, we pull back down here from the close of Friday, right? I like this level, 360.61, for support. If we do pull back down there, so that could be a good level of support if the market pulls back down. I would not be surprised a little pop and fade this morning. Very aggressive push to the upside. People thinking, oh, you know, get these short sellers. You know, let's take a look along here. So you got this speed zone that was already closed off here. We have some more speed zones. So the last speed zone is right above this level right here. So, and this is the gap down area, right? So if you want to be real patient today, walk away from your computer, set an alarm up here at 380. If we get up to that 380 level, that would be a good area to short. However, if you want to get, you know, wait for something, maybe if the market pulls back in the morning, look for some decent levels for pullback. I like this 355 level. This 355 level is a weekly. 355.87 is a weekly high from September of last year, right? So that's a pretty decent level if we pull back there too. That's why I have that a little thicker than the rest. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do for today. And we'll see. We'll probably adjust these strike prices. I'm definitely going to leave Friday's expiration up there because there's going to be volatility. Also, keep in mind that there's going to be Tesla earnings towards the end of the month, April 22nd. And so there is a lot of chatter about, positive chatter about Tesla with the mergers of SpaceX and all the other entities that they have together. So that's going to be about it today. Again, please subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit that thumbs up button, like this video, join our Discord for 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. trading. Eastern time, that is. Have a great day, everybody. Keep your lot size small.